Mm-hmm.
I love John Augusta.
What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Thesis, aka Thesis himself, from Vaping with Thesis. That's right, God bless it. Now, look, I actually love John Augusta a lot too. Yeah, he's amongst one of my favorite human beings. Can you hear me good, by the way?
Yeah, you're good.
Excellent, brother. All right, guys. So, real quick, this is going to be not a super long live stream. I kind of wanted to touch base on this actually because I've today had my first experience with it, and this is not clickbait. This is not something that's supposed to be garnering me views or anything like that. In fact, right now the live stream's not even monetized. So something I wanted to discuss. I got 6 emails, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 6 emails pertaining to the same subject is quite a bit, especially like for me, like I'm off in the background in terms of reviewers. That's a lot of emails asking specific questions about coronavirus and being sent these articles from Bill de Blasio. And does vaping in particular make you more susceptible to something like COVID-19 or the coronavirus? And I've been researching since early this morning, and it's something that I kind of debated on whether or not even posting or even going live with. And after like really thinking about it, especially this morning, I was taking the morning Voop, and I looked down at my drip tip, and I just cleaned it a couple days ago, not thinking about it, and I saw how disgusting it was. And I really want to discuss this in depth as I possibly can for not being associated with the medical industry at all. So after cleaning up my drip tip, I was like, you know what? One of the questions I got was propylene glycol. Does propylene glycol affect uh, microbial life, bacteria, etc.? Is it an antibacterial? Is it used for antibacterial application? The answer is not necessarily. But before we even get into that stuff, I want to just go ahead and just kind of fuck around for a little bit, wait for people to show up, kind of talk about this. Mike, if you could share this on the Discord, that'd be phenomenal. Are you doing so, brother?
It's already done.
Beautiful, thank you, sir. Now, Mike, let's kind of go back and forth between you and myself. I've been a little bit more, I guess, nervous about the situation, man. Like I've got 2 elderly parents, both with compromised immune systems. My mom has COPD from smoking, who now vapes, and it's done wonders for her. But then I have my dad, who's also got Agent Orange from Vietnam, as well as um, diabetes, which is one of the things it's the third on the list of the most susceptible to succumb to COVID-19. So with that said, before we continue, I want to give a big shout out to everyone in chat. E the Everyday Vapor, Issa My Ninja Kitty, Slave for Red Reviews, Tina, let's see, Vaping Vendetta, John Augusta, Eric, aka E Rich Rankin, Shane, sup Shane, Subaru Nerd Vapes, let's see, motherfucker, Andrew Detman, that's my boy, Jimmy James, Stanman VG, Res Dunn, Robert Lunsford, so on, Will Boyles, Jim, let's see, Carol V. I love you so much, Carol V. You're one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, too. All you guys are. Let's see. Dude, I got emails from retail stores like Walmart and such about, yeah, it's absolutely insane. And at first, we'll get into that. I'll talk about that in a sec, kind of where I thought I sat and now where I stand. 808 Kevin K. How's it going, bro? Let's see. Mason, my name's the Tin Man. Hit me up official. And so on. I'm gonna go ahead and get back into this. This is something that this is not clickbait. This is something I really wanted to discuss. Like, this is how serious I take the shit. Like, I have these isopropols, alcohol sitting in the studio, cleaning my mods on a constant basis. That was, did you hear that shit, Mike?
It's crunchy.
It's crunchy as fuck. Cleaning my devices, and I'm almost ashamed to admit it. Like today, I was starting to get a little bit of that hysteria after I went to the store. All I needed was some meat. What was that? Oxtail. I needed some dish soap and I needed some paper towels. Bro, Home Depot. I had to park in the back at not Tires Plus, Discount Tire at Home Depot. We're not talking about Costco, Sam's Club, etc. I had to park in the parking lot over to go to Cub Foods grocery store. It was a fucking madhouse. You know it's serious when sports are shut down. Shane, I could not agree more. It freaked me out when Bert Kreischer posted that his tour is on pause. You know what I'm saying? And it's bizarre to me. This is something that Netflix, the show The Travelers, we just watched this a few weeks ago. Excuse me. They predicted this down to where it came from. That's pretty bizarre. Mike, what is your experience, especially out in the West Coast, talking about this specific shit?
I mean, it's California's kind of a different animal. Our population is a lot more densely packed in. We're one of the closest. Uh, when people come in from overseas, especially from Asia, they come into LA or they go into San Francisco or Seattle. Those places. So I'm not, I'm more surprised that the West Coast hasn't been impacted more than it has already. But definitely within the last 24 hours, there's been a definite feel. Things just felt different. I looking online today, I saw obviously yesterday with all the cancellations of all the sports events that were going on, suspension in the NBA, suspension in the NHL. Today they pushed back the start of MLB season. People are freaking out about that, but I think one of the this isn't funny, but it just kind of makes you think about it. There was a posting that Disneyland was shutting down for the rest of the month. Um, Disneyland's been open since 1955, and they've only been closed. This is the fourth time Disneyland's been closed. The other two times were on 9/11, the JFK assassination, and then there was one other one that I can't remember what it was, but that's the shit's hit the fan when they start doing that. But a lot of these places and corporations, they got to really look after their guests. They got to look after possible spread. I'm sure their insurance companies have a lot to do with this.
100%.
I would think that there potentially could be lawsuits if people got coronavirus from attending an event or attending an area. California in particular is a very litigious state. You could get sued for whatever here.
Litigious.
But
That's a
today,
fucking fancy ass word right
in,
there.
in particular, I got up this morning, and I usually when I'm dropping my deuce in the morning, I'm on Twitter just checking out. I usually check the trending just to see what's going on Twitter first thing in the morning. That's usually where the latest and greatest news winds up. And there was a picture of a Costco in Canyon Country, California, which is kind of LA area. And we're having a pretty decent rainstorm here this week. Probably more rain than we've seen in the last year. And there was 150 people in line outside of a Costco just waiting to get into Costco. So I thought to myself, it was a huge line, 150 people, they said, waiting just to get into Costco, which tells you what it was like inside Costco. So I thought to myself, oh shit, I better go to the grocery store and stock up on toilet paper and water today. No, I didn't.
You were one of the toilet paper motherfuckers.
I didn't buy toilet paper. I was just kidding. I got plenty.
I'm not saying that. I did because I was at Home Depot getting paper towels and dish soap. And
toilet paper there?
I purchased the last roll of toilet paper in the entire store because someone didn't want it because it was opened, like the bottom was opened.
Wow.
And I was like, if you don't think the germ can't get past a little plastic flap, you're screwed. I don't know what to tell you. You're screwed, bud.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm getting this toilet paper, and I didn't even need it. See, I bought into the hysteria. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm in Home Depot. So hold on, let's back up. California, I've been watching, because usually that's how it works. It goes West Coast, East Coast, in closes in, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. I legitimately thought it was fake. Like, not fake, but like, calm down. You're just getting ratings. CNN has like 9 people watching at the same time. They have my ratings. You know what I mean?
Well, you look too about what happened in the past. What happened with the SARS epidemic?
Right.
Nothing ever happened here.
MERS, SARS,
the bird flu, the Asian bird flu,
Zika virus.
Yeah. So
and it was killing people, but they never actually came up with the vaccines for half this stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I even bring this up, like I was saying, I want to go back to this with the Mayor de Blasio stuff. People who vape and people who smoke, or who are previous smokers and current smokers, are at a higher risk. Now, that's a loaded statement. Now, this is Mark de Blasio, Mayor of New York City, and he came out with that statement. There's a lot of different articles, different op-eds that are written on that specific statement. Excuse me. So on Reuters, for example, um, the exact quote is: "Smoking or vaping makes people more vulnerable to suffering severe illness once infected by coronavirus," a spokeswoman for New York City Mayor de Blasio said on Sunday. Whoopty. Now, I wanted to tell people in the email and messages on Instagram that this is not the case. Here's the deal. There's some logic to this, not for the same reasons that Bill de Blasio is saying, but there is some logic to that statement, mostly because the vast majority of vapors simply are ex-smokers. If you used to smoke, especially as much as I did, 2 and 3 packs of Cool and hundreds a day, no matter how you slice the pie, your lungs are compromised. Your lung health is compromised. Yes, you will recover a large amount of your lung health, but it's not going to be the same as if you would have never been exposed to cigarettes, or whether you smoked or secondhand smoke, regardless. Um, and there is a concern to that. Now, with that being said, I was going to do a review on the Magnasonic ultrasonic system, but I said screw it today. Like, I'm just going to do a live stream about it and suggest everyone purchase this. I get no cut out of this. They don't know who I am. I have zero monetary gain from me talking about this, but I figured why not? And this is what I'll be using, and this isn't even 100% foolproof. An ultrasonic like this doesn't have to be this one. In terms of like doing the best that you possibly can to clean your devices, to not share devices, use a drop of Dawn dish soap in here, or use your dishwasher. If you got a dishwasher, use it for your devices. Take the O-rings off first, obviously. Little stuff like that makes a giant difference. And from what I understand, according to Michael Osterholm from University of Minnesota, right here where they just closed down the college, uh, from what he was saying on JRE, that washing your hands is always a good idea. It's touching your face to your hands, but that's not even what's proven to be the case with this specific COVID-19. That this has actually been just an airborne disease that's going to end up by affecting 70 to 150 million people, closer to 93 million people. And from what I understand is that the regular common flu, or the flu, is 0.1% death rate, where COVID-19 is going to be somewhere upwards closer to 3, at least between 0.1 to 3%. That's a huge portion of the population, almost 500,000 people out of 320 million people in the United States. That's not a laughing matter. That's not a joke. And I was talking to several vape shop owners and vape shop employees, and from what I understand, because I was just testing liquid 3 weeks ago, which is kind of a scary thought, especially with it being airborne. I was at the vape shop testing flavors. I just spoke to a couple of vape shop owners yesterday, the day before. No, today. Well, was some on Instagram Live. Most of them have shut down flavor testing. If I was a vape shop owner, that'd be the first fucking thing I would do. The first thing I would do is stop letting people test flavors. As unfortunate as that is, of course, we want people to switch from cigarettes to vaping. Right now, I think that kind of comes second down the lane. Now, this is also not a time to forget about advocacy. This is also not a time to forget about flavor bans, etc., especially something that's going on here in Minnesota. Florida, I think, is having something come up. I don't want to be telling tales out of school. Mike, do you want to touch on any of that stuff in terms of what to do and how to do it with vaping?
As far as precautionary stuff?
Absolutely. Don't share mods kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, don't share mods. The one of the things that I was reading today is how the virus can live. It's not heat resistant, so it can be killed by higher temperatures. So definitely, when you touch base on, throwing your atomizers and stuff in the dishwasher, that's a great way to disinfect that kind of stuff. It's obviously not going to be as effective as, say, like an autoclave or something like that. I mean, I don't know too many people that have a autoclave at their house, but
Unless you're a tattoo
um,
artist or something.
yeah, exactly. I think I was my Instant Pot. I think you can. There's like an autoclave setting on it.
I
You
have an
should
instant pot.
start
Is it
there.
really?
Yeah, I think so.
No kidding.
Yeah, look in the manual about it. Um, because it's pressure and heat and all that kind of stuff too. But it talks about um, it's an airborne virus. It is a very wide length airborne virus. If someone sneezes, it's good for 10 feet before it starts falling on the ground. So trying to keep your distance from people that are having the sickies is a good one. It it lives on metal for at least 12 hours apparently. So disinfecting your gear is not definitely not a bad idea
That's something
there.
I was just thinking about today when I was at Home Depot. I was at these different stores. I bring my mod in everywhere. Like, 6 times, 7 times out of 10, I'll bring like a MTL situation. And especially when it's acrylic, like the Cree drip tip, all those cracks are easy picking for a bacteria or a virus like that.
Yeah, plastic super porous.
Yeah. Extremely porous. It's worse than wood in a lot of ways because wood has actually more antimicrobial properties a lot of time than plastic does. But 100%, I could not agree. Keep going, Mike. Any other?
Hold on, I'm looking at my notes from what I
What
got this morning. It
what are you
was
talking?
talking
Oh, go ahead.
about plastic too. Like I think it can live on plastic for like 4 to 6 hours, but still, um, making sure that you keep that stuff covered up. That kind of
100%.
that kind of that what's that one the barrel mod from, was that one tech, that one
Yep. Yep.
it's got the cap on it and stuff. That sounds kind of handy dandy.
Or it could be an incubator. One of the two.
That's very true. But just really really knowing what your symptoms are, that's kind of the biggest thing. From what I understand, the when you contract or the symptoms start to show, the first thing that you're going to get is something in the throat. Sore throat's usually the first thing to hit. Could last 3 to 4 days, during that incubation period. Then when the virus then blends into the nasal fluid and enters your trachea, and then it gets into your lungs, and that's kind of the bad thing. That's when a lot of people start noticing, this shit's a little different there.
It's kind
You
of
know,
let's say people mistake 9 times out of 10 for from what I've been talking to people with, the coronavirus isn't necessarily what is the most deadly portion. It's the pneumonia that comes after, specifically with the flu. That's what most elderly people die of after the fact. So you end up with the flu. The flu's basically done. It's draining itself out of your body. Next thing you know, you have the pneumonia and the fluid in the lungs. You have the pneumonia. The fluid in the lungs is end up of what basically slowly drowns you. That's what really concerns me on a genuine scale. And I want to touch on propylene glycol. I got in a couple conversations. Mike, you and I started talking about before we went live. A couple conversations with people with PG being a antibiotic or an antiviral or anti whatever. It's like what was the word you used? It wasn't antimicrobial. It was
I can't remember what I was saying.
either way. So propylene glycol isn't a antibiotic, antimicrobial, antiviral, anything unless it's at 20%. And the only way that that's the case, this is from propylene glycol, the website, as well as, let me give you the sources here. Right here, aem.asm.org. And you can find it from there. It's a special purpose culture media containing propylene glycol. These are all tests done in vitro. In other words, done in test tubes and done with microorganisms, etc. And this one was published August 1966. There are ones dating all the way up to 2016. let's see, all the way up to 1991 in 2016, is all the glycols essentially, but propylene glycol in particular has to be a higher concentration or a higher amount than 20%. So if you're vaping something that's 100% VG, that can produce, from what I understand, uh, basically a petri dish for bacteria, for whatever, microorganisms. I luckily vape a 50/50, so it's much higher than that 20% range. But anything between the percentages 1 and 20% of whatever that media is containing propylene glycol can actually degrade fairly quickly if it's under 20%. If it's higher than 20%, it has a much better chance of being stable, which is unfortunate for the amount of people who are allergic to propylene glycol. Fuck, what is it? Somewhere between 1 and 10% of the population is allergic to PG. I have to check those numbers again. I don't want to say that out loud and that be wrong. Yeah, somewhere between 1 and 10%. I don't know why it's such a huge discrepancy, but propylene glycol is not going to necessarily save you. The one I'm really worried about more than anything is the flavor testing in vape shops. I'm really hoping these vape shops all kind of get on board and stop letting people flavor test. Again,
Yeah, in
unfortunate.
California, that hasn't necessarily been an issue. I think with the regulations in California, at least, any of the brick and mortars that I've been to in the last, basically, what was it, 2016 when all the big regulations hit, August of 2016. A lot of the shops stopped testing anyways. If you
Okay.
want to know what something tastes like, they hand you a bottle and you can kind of sniff it. But yeah, as far as tasters set out, they don't really do that so much here anymore.
So that's California. You guys aren't. What is your numbers? Is it 1 to 201 or something like that? CDC. Let's see. Just want to look at the map one more time. I might end up sharing this page right here, March 12th. Yep. So it went from 11 to 1,215 cases in the United States, 36 deaths. And it's supposed to climb. Okay, so California is still dark orange. Yeah, so 101 to 200. I was correct on that shit.
Yeah, I would expect, that number to skyrocket here in the next week out on the West Coast.
I apologize, guys. I haven't eaten anything today. Starving Marvin. Yeah, what makes me nervous is shit like this that I'm reading. CDC is no longer reporting the number of persons under investigation that have been tested, as well as PUIs that have been tested negative. Now the states are testing. Did you see that at all? The amount of tests that were being denied.
Was that due to monetary reasons, or was that more?
They couldn't give an answer to
they don't have enough
Congress.
tests available.
They couldn't get an answer. They couldn't give them.
I don't know
answer.
if they've got enough tests available.
That may be the case, but
I read something somewhere last week that there was only like 70,000 test kits available in the U.S. Right, like at that time of reading. I know that they were saying by next week there was going to be millions available.
I don't know if that's the case, only because it's the same way you send in piss tests. Like you just send a sample down to Georgia.
Well, they swab it. They have to swab your. So I don't know if there's some sort of testing region that they have to put the swab in on its way to the deal, but apparently they have a new test that takes 8 hours now instead of days.
8 hours. How do they get it there?
No. They probably have
mobile test kits.
Yeah.
From what I understood from Michael Oster from the University of Minnesota, Michael Osterholm was saying that it has to be sent to Atlanta or some shit. Maybe I misunderstood that. I listened to it twice just in case, but I could be completely wrong. I didn't realize it was actually test kits, which actually makes way more sense. Ron Ace says, Mike, were you in Cali? Yes, he's in California.
I am in Cali.
Yeah, nothing. Italy has it really bad. Yeah, Northern Italy, nothing. Northern Italy has it. It's basically shut down completely. Man, Nas said he was hungry. I want. That sounds delicious. Paella. That sounds super good. Thank you, Melissa Perry Pruitt. Thank you so much. Yeah, so again, this wasn't meant to be clickbaity. I hope no one takes it that way. This is really a genuine concern. Again, mostly because of my parents. My parents are elderly. They do have compromised immune systems, and it makes me genuinely nervous and scared. I don't want anything to happen to them. At the same time, the vaping portion with this Mark or the Bill de Blasio situation, I had a lot of panicked fucking messages. Like I said, 6 emails and maybe 3 or 4 messages on Instagram talking about that article. Again, it's because more than likely that he's correct, but not for the same reasons that I think he was just saying. Vaping doesn't affect your lungs the same way smoking does. Obviously, it's a completely different medium, completely different delivery system for nicotine. However, if you're a vapor, chances are you used to smoke. Therefore, your lungs are going to be compromised coming into the situation anyway. So even if you smoked 20 years ago and you've quit for 20 years and you don't vape at all, same risk factor. That is something I want to be open and honest about. I don't think anybody should be extra worried about it aside from cleaning your devices. I've been, like I said, I clean my drip tips, my entire device. If I get, as soon as I get back home from the store, I clean the mod, I clean everything in it. P.S. guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button if you get a chance. Actually, I know you have a chance. You're watching. Oh. Cheers, everybody. Been drinking this. This is my first one. New Belgium Voodoo Ranger IPA. Bam. It's fairly delicious.
I'm not a big IPA guy, but that one's pretty good. I've had
It is. It's a pretty standard IPA. If I was going to suggest anybody try their first one, I think Voodoo's a good one. It's not super, it's not getting into that grapefruit range, but it's still tart, still sour. I would say Lagunitas is probably one of my favorites of all time. Surly Furious, same thing. Surly Furious is amongst one of the best I've ever had. But that's getting hardcore. Like, you've got to be really into IPAs to like Surly Furious. And the big thing, like I was talking about earlier, the ultrasonics like this is what I've been using to clean my devices. Just a drop or two of dish soap, 250 milliliters of liquid or of water, excuse me. I don't use scalding hot water necessarily, just, hot water. Do we have a definitive temperature in Fahrenheit and in Celsius that it dies at?
I think I got a Celsius number. Hold on.
That may as well be Klingon.
Where did I have it at?
And if you guys haven't checked it out, this is cdc.gov/coronavirus.
26 or 27 degrees, right in that range.
Okay, so 30, so 27 degrees.
Double it and add 25.
98. Wait, that doesn't make sense, bro. It's only 80 degrees. Our bodies are 90 something.
It said it's not.
What temp does?
Oops. Wrong one.
I said that doesn't make any sense.
That's only 79 degrees.
Fuck, man.
That's what happens when we're not in Australia.
All right. Holy shit. If you guys haven't checked this out, this is a pretty interesting article. All the myths for coronavirus debunked.
That's right. 80 degrees.
Medicalnewstoday.com. No shit. So outside of the body, I would assume.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a chance to incubate. Someone asked a super good question earlier. Shit, I'm sorry. I'm not giving credit to whoever it was. I don't remember your name. They said, is there a difference between vaping on something like an RTA, RDA versus a sub-ohm tank? So I rock a sub-ohm tank. I've been constantly dripping Sabores del Encanto. This is Batman's. This one in particular is cream cheese flaky pastry, 60 mil, 20 or 12 milligrams. And I've been dripping this all day, or this afternoon, I should say. I'm going to take a little drip real quick. It's so cheesy. That's probably my favorite flavor right now. Oh my gosh. I'm almost mad at how good that is. So with them, I'm still re-wicking and not burning out, but burning the coils and also washing every day. With my sub-ohm tank, rebuildable RDA doesn't matter. Like if I'm not done with the liquid, fuck it, and I dump it out. Hot water, I clean it every day now. Starting this morning, literally. I've literally done it twice to that RDA to my barrage. Cleaned it twice. Not even because of flavor, just because I'm nervous. And again, not scare taxes. It's just the truth. Let's see. The CDC keeps plenty from us. I don't trust I trust the CDC for the most part. There's no reason that they're going to want the entire nation to be infected with. But what Michael Osterholm was saying on JRE just from a few days ago, again, listened to it twice. That dude laid that shit out pretty bluntly. It was pretty nerve wracking, at least in my opinion. Did you listen to it, Mike, at all?
I haven't listened to it yet. I need to, but I haven't. I got to catch up on my JRE.
What is everyone vaping on right now? What's going on, Big Timer? Hit the like button. Like I said, guys, if you hit the like button, that helps analytics, so on and so forth. No, but they would do anything to make sure we do not get into public panic. But that's good. I don't want to be panicked. Listen, I've been prepping for some years. I've had family members call me crazy. I've got that. I don't want to say what I've got, but I've got lots of stuff just in case. The issue is I've always had stuff just in case for a few weeks. I've got weeks of provisions. That's it. What's going on in terms of coronavirus, in terms of COVID-19, I don't think is, and I never thought this before I listened to fucking Michael Osterholm. I don't think this is a short-term thing. I think this is going to end up like Zika virus. I think it's going to end up like SARS, where it's a long-term. People just have to get it and become naturally immune. I don't think there's going to be an antiviral medication, antiviral shot, a vaccine per se that's going to come out. I think our bodies are going to have to deal with it, as it comes. The biggest issue is like if you've got older parents, if you've got, if you're older yourself, you have COPD, you have anything that's pulmonary related, cardiovascular related. If you're obese, if you have diabetes, all of those pre-existing conditions make a big difference. And maybe I'm the only fucking vapor that's going to say it. Like nicotine in and of itself restricts blood flow. Like it restricts your cardiovascular system, not by much, but if you already have, for example, congestive heart failure, like you should not be rocking a 12 milligram or even a 6 milligram. I would rock the most basic 1.5 or 3 milligram if that's what you need. You shouldn't be chewing the gum. You shouldn't be rocking nicotine at all, really. But you're compromising yourself. Like this is I have a genuine fear about this. Like I don't want the people I love that are older to die from these motherfuckers. Like just thinking about like my family, like my uncles and shit, they've survived full-blown real life riots, gang fights, stabbings, shootings, prison. For a fucking virus to come by, that would suck. You know what I mean? I don't want to fucking die. I don't want to think about that shit. I also don't want the community to go, in an uproar, specifically like what Tina was talking about, the CDC not wanting people to panic. Of course, that'd be the smart. If I owned a country, if I ruled a country, if I was a president, the last thing I would need is for everyone to be looting, to be fucking shooting each other over dumb stuff, stabbing each other. You know what I mean? Trying to get some Walking Dead situation under control. Screw that. Especially where Mike's at, especially where Justino's at in New York. Ooh, that's scary, bro. Where are you at in California, Mike, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in the Temecula area.
I don't know what that means.
Which is it's about halfway between LA and San Diego. So
okay,
it's a bit out of the way. I'm not, in an urban environment per se, but
good. Don't send me any packages. Please. Is there any precautions you're taking personally? Because I know you live in an apartment complex. I bought a shit ton of duct tape today. Yeah. Oh, you live in a condo?
Yeah.
You rich bitch motherfucker.
Not crazy precautions. Obviously, when I went to the grocery store today, I've
Hold
I
on.
kind of was
I'm
keeping
sorry.
my distance from people, but go ahead.
Super sorry for interrupting you. I just want to go back on go back to what I said. Let's see, Melissa Perry puts it will be easier for people to find E&B to say shop E&B with code thesis 15. Yes, no links, but links to Patreon for sure. Thank you very much, Yankee Reviews. And if you are a part of the Ninja Militia, there is a special saying, if you know what I'm saying. Carol, I was asking what people were vaping on. Vaping Dr. Sugar Shits Strawberry. Is that what it is? Sugar Shits? That's pretty badass. Let's see. Thesis won't get us. Thank you so much, Melissa. Yes. Jimmy James Barrage on the food shot 213. I saw that post on Instagram, bro. That shit was fire. Man, I missed that food. I'm not sure if I still. No, I gave it away. Fudge buckets. I loved that food shot, man. Single 21700 was a beautiful device. Let's see. Cloud Chaser says, Ray, 3 milligram. Cojito and 12. What are you vaping the Cojito and 12 in? I have a 91-year-old grandpa I care for who is asthmatic and needs an aortic valve replacement. So we just aren't leaving the house. It's safer to stay home for us. 150%. As long as you don't have the last 3 digits in the website. Yes, we all know that sounds like vaping cream cheese, a flaky pastry in my Asgard on top side dual. That's what I'm vaping on right here. It's delicious as heck. Right next to me, I'm in Hermet. I think he's referring to Mike on that one. Bam. I'll chase Drag Nano. What are you vaping in the Drag Nano? I'm curious. It's not what I would consider to be world's most MTL friendly device, and I'm a hardcore. I love wide open. Don't get me wrong. That's my daily vape. But when it comes to pod system, I want a kissable tight MTL, like this tight. Like asthmatic tight. Nas check mine up above. Subaru. I'm looking, Subaru. Where's it at? Mike, can you find me that for me if I can't find it, please?
Subaru said the Jackaroo with his custom green Jimmy James panels, droppy RDA, and then he's got the E&B Gorilla Fruits and Grape.
Oh, I didn't get the grape. I hate grape, but I always want to try grape because I don't like it. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense.
If it's grape, like Grape Big League Chew, it might be good.
I've never had anything that tastes that good though. It's all the grapes I've tasted were like weird mentholy grapes or like just plain grape, and it tasted like NyQuil.
Subaru, is that grape like a Big League Chew?
That's a good question. Did Subaru even hit the like button? We haven't even gotten one super chat question. Not even a $1.99 one. Mike, are you bumming, man? You all right?
Man, I haven't seen any super chats yet.
It's bullshit, bro. Yes, I think I'm getting a fever. This is all in my head. I know it is. I will not accept this shit. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to die, bro. I'm not fucking ready for that stuff. Like I'm not ready. I have so much. I have so many people to annoy. Mike, what about you, bro? Are you ready to die?
I'm not scared.
Damn. I don't know what to say to that, bro.
I mean, I probably got to look at it a little differently. Oh, Melissa Perry Pru with $3.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Here's why I'm not ready to die. I could never be dead and be on the other side and see Mandy move on to another dude. I would Jack the Ripper come back and murder her and that guy as a ghost. But then
haunt them.
No, I would just murder him. Like not murder him literally, but just like as a ghost. Of course I would haunt them. No one ever thinks about that though. Like if you were a ghost and you murdered your wife and your wife's new fucking boyfriend, and you're all ghosts and you're just awkwardly sitting in the living room.
Carol with the 1999 super chat there. Thank you, Carol.
Jesus. Carol, thank you so much, love. Holy shit. Oh, Miss Tina RC, she thinks about the same thing. You're not gonna die, Ron Ace says. I hope not, man. I mean, I'm gonna die eventually, but like I'm not ready tonight. You know what I'm saying? John Q. Gazer, this mother flipper. The Flavor Vapor, thank you so much, brother. How are you vaping 12 milligram in an RDA? I vape 16 milligram in my menthol. So 12 ain't yet. Thank you guys so much.
True story.
Okay.
When we were at ECC at the militia house and you had me try your ice, that was like getting hit with a freight train.
It's my favorite. It really, and I'll be just honest with you, it disappoints me when people don't cough when they hit my sub-ohm tank with ice in it. Most people think it's going to be like a smooth vanilla-y ice. I'm like, no, it's just menthol. That's it.
It was a kick to the balls for sure.
But it woke you up though, huh? It'll wake you up real quick.
Oh yeah.
My mom always said my dad needs someone new quickly because he cannot take care of himself. That's, first of all, that's adorable. Your parents have probably been together way longer than Manny and I, though. Me and Manny have only been together for like 10 or 11 years, going on 11 years, something like that. Which is, now that I think about it, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Thank you guys for the super chats, by the way. I was not trying to put that out there for, yeah, I was. Absolutely, I was. Fucking lie, Mike. His salary depends on your guys' super chat. So like, if we get $9 tonight, that's what he gets paid. It's $3. They'll have been married for 30 years in June. Yeah, but how long? I don't like that. Because me and Manny have been together for 11 years almost, and we've been married for a few months. You know what I mean? So how long have you guys been together? Going on 13 years married here. Subaru. Damn, how old is Subaru? Doesn't look that old to be married 13 years. His ice always makes me feel like I want to die. No. It feels good, bro. The problem is when you're sicky poos, then I gotta just throw some VG in there, lessen the lung hit. Either everyday vapor. Ha! I like your face. Okay, bye. That was cute as fuck. Look at the monkeys. Like, we just left. It's adorable. I think we're having the same wedding anniversary. Cute. Me and Manny got married October 5th. I think. 10th? 5th. The 5th. Austin and I will have been together for 8 years. In June, married for 5. Damn, he popped that question quick as heck. It's ballsy. Mike, do you see yourself getting married?
I hope to one day.
Will she be a part of the militia and we can call her Mrs. Stroke Diesel?
He could.
Mrs. Diesel? I wish we can get a chick named Vinny. Call her Vin Diesel. What do you think? I think that's a good idea. Sorry, messing with the camera. My Ninja Kitty Monks. So, back to this Jordan DeRoy. What's going on, bro? You come and check like the last fifth of the video out, man. Jason Leprechaun. I've been married for 19 years, been together for 26. Who's talking in your back? Is that Google or Echo?
My fucking Alexa. I don't know what she was saying though.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. They're listening about the COVID. Alcohol your vapes. Use an ultrasonic. Don't breathe on people, basically. Jason, Las Vegas. It'll be 20 years for me. Together for 6 months and got married. Holy snack wraps. My wife and I have been married for 4 years. Okay, 4 years, but together on and off since 13 years old. I hope you guys stay on this time, to be honest with you. Jason, you're fired. No, not TRV crew. This is not TRV crew. This is the Ninja Militia. Welcome. It's not a difficult concept. Although TRV crew is welcome. Married 6 years in May, together 13 come October. Yeah, see, like I that's beautiful to me. That's beautiful. It's never easy. Mostly, like, and I'll be honest with you, I worry less about me than I do Maddie. Like, Maddie's a salonist. She's a hair doer upper, a hairstylist. She works with the general public. Thank you, Will Boyles. The general public, and that shit makes me like. I love her, but I want her to not be. I don't want her to go to work. I don't want my kids to go to school. Robin says, been with my husband for 10 years, married 9. He's a love mother. That's adorable. I don't want her to go to work. I don't want my kids to go to school. There's nothing. Subaru says, sorry, my bad. Ninja Militia, hashtag TRV crew as well. There you go. Mandy's in bed. We were fighting. I wanted her to do the live stream with me, but she had a long day, and I had a really long day, and, you know, that shit happens sometimes. Also was planning to propose during my senior prom, but was scared. I would say no in front of everyone. That's fucking adorable. I asked Mandy to marry me in the parking lot of Murray's Steakhouse, and I gave her 30th birthday gift, which was a wood board collage with epoxy of like concert tickets, pictures, and on it was 29 individual memories. And then I had made a piece of wood sticking out of that portion with the ring box, and that was the 30th memory. Damn it, I'm adorable. Damn it, that shit makes my dick hard, man. Shoot. What do you think, Mike? Was that pretty good?
That's pretty genius there.
Thank you, bro. I thought that was pretty good. Just don't tell anybody I made it up legitimately.
20 minutes before you did it.
Well, it took like a week and a half to build the wood, but yeah, essentially. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. Miss Robin, Las Vegas. All right, guys. We've been live for long enough. Let's get some other mother truckers. Some viewership, all right? Bitch, it's okay, mother truckers. Now, with that being said, a regular review will happen tomorrow. It was supposed to happen today, but I really wanted to discuss this. And I'm happy this many people were kicking. Yanni, thank you so much, Dollface, with the beautiful rose. But I wanted to discuss this because I got a lot of questions about it. I figured it was worth going live about. I figured it was worth making. Did you have steakhouse meat sweats? I did, but it was also a $300 bill. It was no joke. Like, yeah, it's you know, where you have to wear a stupid shirt and a jacket. So imagine me with a backwards hat in an extremely expensive steakhouse, rubbing elbows with like TV personalities, like local TV personalities. They were everywhere. I'm like, y'all rich motherfuckers don't know shit. I just asked this woman. I got 22s on my Chrysler.
Them's 10s. But I keep them clean.
I keep them clean, though. That's that shit. All right, guys. Bitch, it's okay, mother truckers. Now, with that being said, I want to tell each and every one of you, stay safe. Now, with that being said,